Hi, I'm Rebecca Reinking. I'm a speech pathologist who is going to show you how to actually create a treatment set very easily for the multiple oppositions approach. Now, this client that I'm showing you today, we are going to pretend that they have a phoneme collapse to D. What that means is that they use the D sound for lots of other different sounds. So they might be substituting D for G and for SL and for F and for S and for SH. And when a child, has a favoured sound like this, the multiple oppositions approach can be great so that the child can contrast D with all of those other substitutions, all of those other sounds. And our goal is really to change that speech sound system and make the child more aware that they have to change their sounds so that we can understand them. So what I've done here is I've already printed off the pages. This is from our D multiple oppositions download. We have them for H and G at the moment, and I think we've got the W sound coming as well. And what you're going to do is this page here gives you 8 different targets. So we've got die, do, do, day, d, deep, dead, and dip. And I purposefully chose these words because I tried to choose words that had consonant vowels and words that had other sounds in them that were earlier developing and hopefully easier for the child to say, because it can be very hard when you're contrasting lots of different sounds and the child can't say many of those different words. So if you've watched my other videos on how to choose targets for multiple oppositions, you're going to be aware that we are trying to choose sounds that are as different as possible to D. So in my head, I know that D is a voiced sound. I know that it's a plosive. I know that it is alveolar, where it's made. So I want to choose sounds that are as different to that as possible. And then those 4 sounds that I'm choosing, I want them to be as different from each other as possible. So I've chosen here G because it's a velar. I've also chosen F, it's a fricative and it's voiceless. And it's made on those lips there. I've chosen CH because it's an affricate, it's voiceless. Again, different placement, different, manner, all of those place, voice, manner characteristics, those features, I'm trying to make them as different as I can to D and from each other. And then I chose SL, a cluster. So hopefully with all of these and targeting D, contrasting all of these, we can make a lot of change. Now, what is so easy about these sets that we have is that you are creating a treatment set, right? And not just one, you're creating up to 5. And because we have 8 words on each page, there are potentially 8 treatment sets that you can make. By a treatment set, what I mean is we're going to be contrasting, for example, the word die with guy, with phi. We're going to be contrasting die chai and die sly. So this is as simple as just printing 5 pages, and all you will do is cut out your treatment sets. So I really suggest that you go through and you look at all the different possible combinations because we have non-words in here. Now, the reason why I've chosen non-words is because we can have non-words in our treatment set. There aren't words for everything, meaningful words. But what I've done is I've assigned meaning to these non-words so that they do make sense and we can still use those sounds in our treatment set. And I'm going to give you a good example here. So I have on my F page, I've got quite a few non-words here. You're going to be able to tell what the non-words are because we have used these little symbols. So this here is a person. That means that it's someone's name. So her name is Faye. This monster, his name is Fip. So we've assigned meaning to this. So if I want to use that dip contrast and contrast dip and Fip, and we've included it up here, you can say, oh, that creature or that monster, his name's Fip, so that the child, knows that meaning. We also have little symbols for like a sound. So, this goes feep, when it bubbles over. Or we have little speech bubbles. She says foo when she's doing kung fu. Or here's a giant and he says phi. So we've assigned meaning so that you don't have to leave out a sound or not choose a sound for your treatment set because you're thinking, I can't make up a word like that. So that's where this set is really helpful. And then all you're doing literally is you're just cutting. You're just choosing the targets. So like I said, you're choosing up to 5 different treatment sets. And I just suggest you just look through and figure out which ones have the words that are going to mean the most to the child. And then that's as simple as it is. You've just picked your sounds already because you've seen our other videos, and you've just printed out 5 pages, and these are the pages, these are the pictures, the cards that you use for using the multiple oppositions approach. Now, make sure you head to Adventures in Speech Pathology, because if your child doesn't have a phoneme collapse to D, if they've got a phoneme collapse to G or H, you can also buy those special multiple opposition packets as well. They also come in black and white, so you can easily give multiple copies to your child, or they can just colour them in. But it is a really, really easy way to be able to use the multiple oppositions approach with your students without that stress of, how am I going to think up of all these different rhyming words? So I hope you enjoy, and let me know in the comments if you need more videos on any other aspects of the multiple oppositions approach, and I'm happy to continue supporting SLPs to feel more confident treating speech sound disorders.